Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Just going to make a real brief video here today showing my lathering technique with LaToja. I probably said it all wrong, but I gave it a shot. I'll probably just call it the soap from here on out. But a couple small concerns that a lot of guys have with this soap. First off, as you can see, it does come in a very nice presentation. Wooden bowl, cork stopper to keep all the soap in. The wood is unfinished, so that does cause some concern. Unfinished wood and water don't always get along real well. Seen a lot of photos online where guys have finished the outside and they come out looking really nice. But the other problem is the top here, as you can see, isn't a real big diameter. I've got a Vanderhagen brush, the newer one. Fairly common brush, probably one of the bigger ones I have. But as you can see, got a little problem there. Doesn't quite fit into the bowl. I could just switch to another brush. It's the Tweezerman again, just the inexpensive. It's a little tight fit, but I could probably get a good lather going from there. But I'd rather have that option of a little wider range of brush choice. Now, what some guys like to do, and I've tried it a few times, is just take the soap out. This is most of a puck, and use it as a stick. Just lather it straight to the face, put it back on the bowl, then take the brush up. And that's nice, but what I like to do is I cut a small disc off of the main puck, about the thickness of Williams, if you're familiar with that. And I've got a nice little vintage soap dish that I found. Usually it's all full of dried lather from the previous use, but I've cleaned it up a little bit just to show you the fit of that soap in there. Makes it nice. That's the way I like to do it. I just simply take a guitar string, push it down through the soap like a cheese cutter would. I use a guitar string just because it's what's available to me. Probably work just as nice with a piece of fishing line or something along that line. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to it here. I'm going to go ahead and adjust the camera down. As you can see, I've got a sink with water. I've got a nice brush sitting in there, getting some water going. Now, this soap is a little bit different than some of the other soaps. It doesn't create quite as dense of a lather, especially in the beginning. So what I like to do, so I don't have big piles of thin watery lather running all over the place, so I will give my brush a good squeeze and a little shake. Start with a drier brush. It is a fairly soft soap, so it's okay to have a little bit drier brush to begin with, and just take it to the puck. Start going around. And if you can see in there, I am getting some light airy bubbles going, but it's not running out all over the place, all down the side of the dish and everything like that. But of course that's fun to do as well. So if that's what you like to do, that's just fine. There's no problem with it. I will need to add a fair amount of water to my lather as I build, because I did start with a drier brush, but that's okay. And you'll also notice I am taking a good amount of time to get this lather going. I think sometimes we put a little too much emphasis that a quality shave soap should lather in X number of seconds and be enough for 3 passes or whatever it is. Don't be afraid to get some soap on that brush. Yeah, you might use a little more product in the long run, but you'll get a nice lather. So as you can see, my brush is pretty heavy with lather right now. The hairs are sticking together. There's quite a bit of resistance as I'm pulling it out. Let's go ahead and start lathering here. Pull the camera back up. There we go. Now I'm a face latherer, so I'm going to show you that technique. Going to get a little water going on the face. And so another reason I'm not too concerned about starting with a drier brush is because I am going to have a nice amount of water right there on my face to get that lather hydrated. So I'm just going to start in some lathering. I'm getting that nice smell. The scent of this soap is pretty light, but it also lasts the entire shave. It's got a nice wood, kind of woodsy smelling scent to it. I don't know if that's the way the soap was intended to smell, or if it's just from sitting in that unfinished wooden bowl. But either way, it's very nice. And getting that going. It's still a little dry. Not a problem. Just dip the tips of the brush into the water. Get that lather building up. You can see it's starting to build really nice for me here. Starting to get a little bit of that shine where you can know that your lather is getting full of water. It's going to be nice and slick. Now I don't know if the camera picks it up, I am getting some fairly large bubbles in my lather. With some of the other nice quality soaps, that might lead me to believe, well, I'm not working the lather enough, or I'm not getting enough water in the mix just yet. But again, this one, the lather isn't going to be quite as dense as what you might be used to with some of the higher end products. It's still extremely nice. One of my favorite soaps. I did stock up a little bit when rumors of it being discontinued were confirmed. So I've got a good supply going. But there we go. And that's looking pretty good to me. Good enough at least to get the shave started. Wouldn't hurt to add a little more water at this point. Of course, you can always add more after the first pass, second pass, whatever it is you like to do. But again, I can see my lather is getting nice and shiny. More or less, the majority of those large bubbles are worked out. There's still some in there, but again, with this soap, I'm not too concerned about it. That's just the way it acts. So there we go. I'd call this a nice lather. My brush is getting some nice lather going all around it. If I give it a little bit of a squeeze, which of course I normally wouldn't do until towards the end of my shave, got a nice amount of lather going, nice and shiny. And even just this lather alone would be enough to give me 3 passes easily. That's not even counting keeping it on the brush. And each time you load for a second pass or a third pass or even a fourth pass, I know some of you guys like, it's just going to build a little more lather each time. So there we go. Very nice soap. Probably a little more difficult to get a hold of these days since it's been discontinued, but if you have a chance, I definitely recommend it. I'm going to go enjoy a nice shave, and I hope you can do the same. Thanks for watching.